A sales order can be created from a quote, a previous order, or entered new. In this example, we're going to create a new order. The sales order entry screen is separated into multiple tabs. We begin on the General tab by selecting a customer from the drop-down menu. A smart note has just popped up, reminding us to ask the customer something when taking a new order. Smart notes are a quick and easy way to communicate information internally and can be assigned to a specific customer or to all customers. Impress supports multiple bill-to addresses, ship-to addresses, as well as allows for manual entry and blind shipments. Impress will automatically fill in today's date as the receiving date and can also calculate the required date based on your company's lead time policy. In this example, our company has a 7 business day lead time. Not before dates and cancel if not received by dates can also be utilized. Several fields are available to record the customer PO number, instructions, or any comments that you might want to display to either the customer or internal use only. In addition to these fields, you may also create your own fields, assuming you have the proper security rights. Once we have filled in the sales order header information found on the General tab, we then move on to our Orders Lines tab. The Order Line screen is divided into two main sections, the Garment Design section and the SKU or Inventory Item section. A garment design can be made up of a single decoration or a group of decorations. Impress will allow you to use the same decoration on more than one design, which is great because you don't have to create a new decoration for every order if you've used it before. A garment design can be assigned exclusively to an individual customer or can be available to anyone. Let's choose a design from our lookup. How about the central garment design? The central design is composed of two separate decorations, a screen print that is being placed on the full front and an embroidery decoration being placed on the left sleeve. If we have the proper security privileges, we can modify this design on the fly by adding or removing a decoration. A decoration doesn't have to be a screen print or embroidery. It can be any type of decoration that you work with, such as pad printing, heat transfer, sewing, tackle twill, or even an operational step such as packaging. Each design can have its own particular set of properties, allowing you to set up controls for things associated with them, such as pricing, production runtime, notes from the artist, or written instructions for the production department, screen and squeegee information, or thread color and stitch count information. The Color Variations tab allows you to set up different color variations without having to create a whole new design. These are sometimes referred to as colorways. In this example, we have a primary coloration with red, white, and blue threads that we want to use on light-colored garments, as well as a secondary color, gray, lavender, and wine-colored threads that we want to use on dark shirts. Impress can detect the color of the garment during sales order entry and prompt you to change colorways or even prevent you from putting the wrong colorway on the wrong color garment. The Order Query tab will display any other sales order that this design is being used on. The Document and Images tab allows you to link an image or a document to this particular sales order. For example, you might have scanned your customer's PO and would like to associate it with this sales order. On the Garment Design tab, we can define the status of this design. For example, if this were a new design, we could identify it as new. We can also assign it to a particular artist, as well as establish the concept date and art due date. Now that we have selected our garment design, let's turn our attention to putting it onto an inventory item, or in Impress terminology, a SKU item. If we know the part number, we can type it in directly, or we can select it from our lookup list. Impress has robust inventory control functionality, allowing you to manage multiple types of inventory, including customer supplied, special order, and drop shipments. The sizes associated with each SKU are unique to that inventory item. If you will notice, there is no small size for this particular shirt. The sizes in Impress are unique to each SKU item, and in this case, they do not make a small Anvil 1202 Ash. Therefore, a small does not appear as one of the choices. This helps prevent someone from entering an order for a size that does not exist. Impress is designed to accommodate oversized items as well. Notice that the 3XL and 4XL sizes are stair-stepped down. Impress takes into account that these sizes can have a different cost as well as higher selling prices. If I hover my mouse over any of the selling prices for these items, whether it's the 2XL, the 3XL, or the 4XL, we'll see a cost breakdown and calculation for selling price for this item. In this case, we see a cost for the full front decoration of $1.13, the left sleeve $1.13, as well as the shirt itself $7.25, for a total of $9.51 for cost, and our total selling price is $21.39. We also see our total margin. Pricing tables can be set up to automatically calculate selling price based upon your company's preferences, which might include setting order quantity minimums for each item, or price breaks based upon the quantities being ordered, as well as by number of screens or number of stitches. You also have the choice of calculating selling price based upon tiers, such as A, B, C, D, etc. Or you could use formula calculations such as markup percentage. Impress has a full commission calculator built in and will work whatever pricing method your company happens to use. Right-clicking on a SKU will show additional information, such as inventory on hand or previous orders by this customer. We can add additional SKUs to this same design. And we can add additional designs to this same order. Non-inventory items can be added to this order as well, such as fees that you might charge for artwork or digitizing or rush charges. Impress can handle multiple order types so that you can create and track separate work orders for things like customer orders, pre-printed goods, in-house production orders, or sample orders. Impress can also accommodate personalizations that you might use for team sports, as well as name drops that you might use with the same design. Impress Sales Order is fully integrated with UPS and FedEx for shipping, as well as with several credit card processors, allowing you to take full payment or deposit payment right at the time of sales order. Once we save our sales order, an acknowledgement can be automatically emailed to the customer, letting them know that a sales order has been entered into the system, and if you have the web order status module as part of your installation, an order can be automatically placed on hold until the customer submits approval. If we like, we can print the work order at this time, or it can be printed out later by our production department. The work order itself can display different information depending on your preference, such as whether or not to print inventory pick list for the blanks, what text information should appear, or image information, or whether images should print at all. Your preferences can be saved with the Memorize Reports option, so you don't have to repeat these selections every time you run the report. Here we see the first page of our work order, which is the order summary and includes our inventory checklist that we want to use for pulling the blanks. On the next page, we see our departmental worksheet that will go to the screen print department. Barcodes can be printed on the work order and work in conjunction with the order tracking capability of Impress, allowing people in production to update the job status of an order as well as record their time against the job. And here we see the worksheet that goes to the embroidery department. It too can have a barcode. Thank you for watching this demo.